Call regular city council meeting Monday, October 22nd, 2012 to order. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Alderman Putoff.
Here.
Mankiewicz.
Here.
Ferrari.
Here.
Waldorf.
Here.
Lukosius.
Here.
Perez.
Here.
Radke.
Here.
Mazak.
Here.
Mayor Harrell.
Here. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do you have any public comment? Minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of October 3rd, 2012 and October 17th, 2012?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Lukosius to receive and approve the regular meeting minutes of October 3rd, 2012 and October 17th, 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alderman Waldorf.
Under Public Works, the minutes for the October 8th council meeting, in the second paragraph from the top, Alderman Waldorf reported on the 12th and 13th Street water main project with John Pohar being the apparent low bidder and made a motion that the bids be received, placed on file, and referred to the Public Works Committee for review and recommendation. Alderman Waldorf seconded the motion. I don't think I can second my own motion. I could get a lot done, though, if I could do that.
Lukosius, I'll correct that.
All right.
Duly noted. I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have,
Second that.
there's a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Lukosius to approve the regular meeting minutes of October 3rd. Which one was the correction? October 17th? October 3rd with the corrections as noted by Alderman Waldorf in the regular meeting minutes of October 17th, 2012.
October 8th.
Okay, another correction, October 8th.
I got a snowman.
Yours says 8?
Yeah.
Who's putting these minutes together?
I don't know.
Take that.
All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Okay, do we have a motion to receive the annual statement of the city treasurer for fiscal year ending April 30th, 2012 and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
And a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke to receive the annual statement of the city treasurer for fiscal year ending April 30th, 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Now do we have a motion to receive the treasury report for September 2012, the city clerk's report of cash received for September 2012, general fund and miscellaneous fund report for September 2012, sales, home rule, telecommunication tax receipts for July 2012 and place on file?
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Been a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke to receive the minutes and place on file. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Move on to committee reports. Council and Finance, Alderman Putoff, Alderman Radke.
Your Honor, I'd like to present to the City Council the disbursements for October 24th of the year 2012. The disbursements total $1,839,160.27. I'll make a motion that the disbursements be placed on file and the bills paid in the usual manner.
Second.
Been a motion by Alderman Putoff, second by Alderman Radke to receive the disbursements for October 2012, place on file, and pay the bills in the usual manner. Is there any discussion?
I have a question on page 11. It's Possibility Place Nursery, landscaping trees. I just wondered if those the trees that were will be reimbursed from the grant, and were those the trees that were going to be put at the airport?
Those are not the trees for that. That's a Mike Watts project where those trees were purchased by the city, and then those are the ones, Gary, that are going to be reimbursed by the they're sort of memorial trees, if you will. Mike coordinates that.
Oh, yeah.
Those are not the trees from that grant.
All right, thank you.
Any further discussion? If not, we'll have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Stankiewicz.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Your Honor, nothing further in the Accounts and Finance Committee.
Okay, Public Works, Alderman Waldorf, Alderman Lukosius.
Yes, Your Honor. I have the electric financial report for September 2012, and during this period, we showed revenues over expenditures in the amount of $305,799.53. I'd like to make a motion that we receive this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Have a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf, to receive the electric financial report for September 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next, Your Honor, I have the Electric Department Operations Report for September 2012. During this period, the total kilowatt hours sold for the month was $1,241,012, and we avoided purchasing power due to the hydro in the amount of $11,752.78. I'd like to make a motion that we accept this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf, to receive the Electric Department Operations Report for September 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next, Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion that we authorize bid letting for a new transformer with LTC for the Peru Rail substation.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Lukosius, second by Alderman Waldorf, to authorize where are we at here? Authorize bid letting for the new transformer with LTC for the Peru Rail substation. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor signify by, no, we better have a roll call vote. Clerk call the roll.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Stankiewicz.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Waldorf.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Perez.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mazak.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Next, Your Honor, I have the City of Peru Revenue and Expense Report as of September 30th, 2012 for the Water and Sewer Fund. The report shows revenues over expenditures in the current period of $62,432.03. I'd like to make a motion that we receive this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Lukosius, to receive the Water and Sewer Financial Report for September 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
On our agenda this evening, there is an item to authorize Superintendent Gary Bleck to place a sealed bid for a used tandem dump truck per budgeted amount. I'd like to table that. We do have some time, do we not? Okay, so I would like to table that for 2 weeks and have a conversation with Treasurer Hyla to the bid that we want to make for that truck. So in 2 weeks, Dave, could we have that on the agenda again, please?
Yes.
Lastly, moving ahead just a second, there is in the report of the city attorney an ordinance approving settlement agreement with T.J. Lambert Construction and Company concerning combination sewer project areas 4 and 6. That will be tabled this evening. There was some question in the language, so that will also be on the agenda again for 2 weeks. Corporate Counsel, 2 weeks. Very good. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, Public Health and Safety, Alderman Ferrari, Alderman Perez.
Under police, I have nothing. Chief Burnaby, have anything?
Your Honor, I have the Peru Fire Department report for pay period ending October 13th, 2012. The Peru Fire Department responded to a total of 11 fire calls for this pay period. There was also 1 of 2 monthly trainings in this report, making this pay period total number 12. Total payroll is $3,401.37. Total invoices sent out, $2,330.92. There was also 1 call which resulted in 18 hours of overtime, 9 members at 2 hours each. I'd like to make a motion. We accept this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Perez, second by Alderman Ferrari, to receive the Peru Fire Department report for period ending October 13th, 2012 and place it on file. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Your Honor, I also have the Peru Volunteer Ambulance Activity Summer Report for September. The Peru The Peru Ambulance Service responded to 248 patient calls during the month of September. Total mileage logged was 8,191 for the month of September. I'd like to make a motion we accept this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
Been a motion by Alderman Perez, second by Alderman Ferrari, to receive the Peru Volunteer Ambulance Service Activity Summary for September 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'd like to schedule a meeting for next Wednesday, October 31st, for our Public Health and Safety Committee at 6:30. That would be the 31st. Are you going trick-or-treating? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm wearing your costume. Oh, you're going to be... That is scary.
So that is a costume.
Yeah. Woo! Slam! That's okay, I'm going as putt off, so don't worry about it. Yeah, other than that, I have nothing further. We'll go ahead and schedule another time then.
Okay. Public Property Committee, Alderman Kavich, Alderman Mazak.
I have the Peru Recreation Fund report for the period ending 30 September. Funds available September 2012, $42,887.71. Respectfully submitted by David Bartley, City Clerk. I make a motion we receive the report and place it on file.
Second?
Been a motion by Alderman Kavich, second by Alderman Mazak, to receive the Peru Public Library Cash Account Summary for September 20. Peru Recreation Fund Cash Account Summary for September 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Also, we had a public property meeting tonight at 6:30 in this building, and some discussion was held on the pickleball program, and it's moving forward. We're looking into the possibility of moving the court over to Washington Park. That's a work in progress. So that's all on that. And Sherry, I believe you got one on.
Yes, I have the Peru Public Library Cash Account Summary for the period ending September 30th, 2012. The total amount in all three accounts is $443,845.40. This report is respectfully submitted by David R. Bartley, City Clerk. I'd like to make a motion that this report be received and placed on file.
Second.
Been a motion by Alderman Mazak, second by Alderman Nankiewicz, to receive the Peru Public Library Cash Account Summary for September 2012 and place on file. Is there any discussion? Not all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Sherry, you have anything else? That's all, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll turn it over to City Attorney. Ordinances, resolutions.
First ordinance on land break settlement agreement. It's been tabled for 2 weeks. Next ordinance just authorizes an agreement by and between the city and the Illinois Comptroller. And the State of Illinois Controller Act provides that if a person owes the State of Illinois money and then the state owes that person money, the state just offsets it. So if you owed the State of Illinois, say, $200 and you were getting a $300 State of Illinois income tax refund, they would just offset it and you'd get $100. Well, the Illinois Controller Act was amended to provide that local units of government can also enter into that program, and that's what this intergovernmental agreement would do. So there would be some certified, somebody skipped out on a utility bill, for instance, for $300. And then the city clerk would certify that amount with the accompanying information to the Illinois Comptroller. And if that person was ever to get money owed by the State of Illinois to them, income tax refund or whatever, they would subtract the money that would be owed Peru and send it to Peru. The only thing inconsistent, I thought, when in the agreement is that they would charge $15 for each payment, but if the payment you get back is less than $30, they keep the whole thing. So, I mean, it'd only become economically feasible if you certified over, well, obviously some amount above $30, but. I did think that was a little consistent. In any case, be it ordained, the mayor from behalf of the city is hereby authorized and directed to enter into an intergovernmental agreement by and between the city and the Illinois Office of the Comptroller, and do any other acts, execute any other documents to affect that program.
Corporate counsel, I don't have that ordinance. Did you get that to us?
That's an ordinance. All the ordinance says
Yeah, but I don't have a copy of it. Do you have?
all it says is authorizes the mayor to execute the agreement.
Do we have a copy of the agreement?
No, unless it was, I got it emailed Friday for the clerk's office.
Can we table it until we get it?
Yeah, I don't care. Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to table that.
Second?
That's fine.
I have nothing further.
Okay, unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? The only thing I have is last week on the 17th at the meeting, I read the letter that Tom Stewart retired from the Parks and Recreation Committee, and I opened it up for letters of interest until the 19th of November. As of now, we have no letters, so I just want to remind everyone in the press that we are taking letters of interest, and we have none at this time. Any other unfinished business? New business. Any new business?
Yes, Your Honor. A while back, we had a list made up of properties the city owns, and I'd like to see us look at this list again and add Buffalo and 7th, and maybe we start selling off some of this property. We have the signs from the road repairs and that. Maybe we could put for sale and put them in somebody's lots and number to contact, and I think we ought to start moving on with getting rid of some of this property.
Well, we can turn that over to public property, and they can go over the list and, decide to, I think it's a good idea. There's a lot of properties out there that we're cutting grass, and there's no income from property tax off of them. So, no, I'm all for it. We'll turn it over to the public property real estate side. All right? So you can discuss it at your next meeting, and then come up with a list.
Do we get a list, or is
Yes,
there a list?
yes, there's one in the building here. They've been floating around. It needs to be updated like Alderman just said. Okay.
Like I said, we do have, I think we've got them signed somewhere, right, that we use.
You got a list of that, Gary? Yeah, we've got the original documentation that was put together by Biederstedt and Borostowski. And I think the only addition that we really have to it will be Buffalo Street, like Alderman Ferrari said. But we'll get that to you. In fact, I thought I had given that to you already.
Could we do it again?
Then the committee will come up with a plan of action on the next steps.
Right,
for
you're
sale.
going to,
Great.
you're going to have to decide on prices unless you want to have a fair market value done for all of them. I don't know if you want to do that.
Gary, that list contains all of the property owned by the city, so it would include like this building, obviously.
That's correct.
To my knowledge, not for sale. So we would have to go through that list and pick out all the properties.
Well, that's why the Public Property Committee will take a look at it, and, I know what Alderman Ferrari's talking about. Everybody does.
And highlight what we've got.
There's plenty of them out there. There's 40, 45, 49. There was quite a few properties.
I haven't looked at the list since last time I gave it to Sherry.
Okay, any other new business?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
A couple of things. I've had some conversations with individual aldermen about starting a sidewalk program in Peru. I talked with Treasurer Hyla, and it appears that we could find a budgeted amount of $50,000. And at the very beginning of the thought process, the resident, it would be citywide. It would be a first come, first serve program. The residents could get, we could set up a program where they would go out for at least 3 bids or whatever anybody had as an idea for that, and start getting some of the sidewalks around the city. Just spruce it up. There's a lot of bad sidewalk in the city, and I think we're in a position right now to find $50,000 a year. If we did 4 blocks worth of sidewalks a year, in 10 years, you'd notice a big difference. And So we'll discuss that at the committee level. If anybody's got any ideas, please share them with us.
Is this going to be replacement of sidewalk or addition?
Replacement of sidewalk.
There's some neighborhoods where there was no sidewalk, there's
I understand.
pieces. No, I mean, down in the south end, there's some pieces
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it down there.
where they never put them in. Are we gonna help with that?
This would be a sidewalk replacement program.
It was being kicked around one way that instead of just first come, first served, possibly it would be the residents would show us their need. Then you would decide, you know, there might be some people who think their sidewalk is bad, but it may not be near as bad as someone who really does need a sidewalk.
Definitely.
But then what the committee's talking about is to go ahead and replace them for the residents on a grant type basis. But that's a little bit more talking, but I know you've been in contact with the treasurer and it's a good plan.
Very good. The other thing, Your Honor, I think, and this again came out of discussions with Treasurer Hyla, and also with the property on 7th Street that we just foreclosed on and tore down. Before it gets to be a blight on the city, I think it would be a very good idea to start a program where we went after some of these delinquent properties and tore them down. Treasurer Hyla said that we can find $100,000 a year to purchase these properties, whether they're from tax scavengers or the owners, and go ahead. There's a cost to doing business. You know, we found that out with the 7th Street property. But there again, if we did 2 a year, in 10 years, you would notice a difference. And there are some of those properties in Peru, and I think that we as a council ought to look at that. And again, we'll talk about that at the committee level. And if anyone has any input to that, please let us know. If you are interested in talking with Treasurer Hyla, I'm sure that he'd talk to you about the finance end of that.
And just a little reminder, we're just about ready to start the budget cycle again. And this is a perfect time within your committee structure over the next 60 days to determine if there's any special needs that you may have. Because, like I say, we'll begin earnestly in December compiling next year's budget. So I know Alderman Waldorf and I have been talking about a couple of things. I know that Alderman Putoff and I have been, and Alderman Radke. So if there's anybody that has some special needs for their particular committees, you know, really is now the time to start discussing it.
We're already working on the curb program, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Well, I think in adding to that too, maybe we can, I don't know, during your talks, work with these people before they get dilapidated or something, you know. I just, to buy a house and tear it down, it just...
You have to remember with the Buffalo House, there was really no responsible party. The owners had died, and there was no responsible party at all. A lot of these homes do have responsible parties. They're owned by banks, they're owned by somebody that, you know, we maybe need to start getting harder on.
That's all I have.
Any other new business?
Your Honor, I just wanted to share, I attended the First IML conference this past weekend, and I found it to be very informative and a great way to network with other city officials from other municipalities. And I think the IML did a great job. As we all know, the different kind of breakout sessions that they had lasted about an hour. And I found, you know, some of them I'd like to share with the community, the pension reform updates, the FOIA and the MOA issues and concerns, economic development, video gaming. I found that to be pretty interesting, and meeting procedures, and the list goes on with all of that. I think it was very informative for everyone, and had a great time, and I think that everybody pulled a lot of information out of that. You know, talking to other aldermen, as everybody came out and out of these meetings and with a lot of information. I think it was great, and it was a great experience. And I know everybody else has attended. I don't think Alderman Majak was able to make one yet, but I think it's a great thing for everyone. So thank you.
Anything else? New business? Petitions, communications?
None, Your Honor.
Public comment? Any public comment? Okay, there's no closed session tonight. Do we have an adjournment? Motion for adjournment? Motion by Alderman Waldorf, second by Alderman Putoff for adjournment. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned.